A mother stands in court today facing serious drug dealing charges, pleading no contest to one count of the indictment. She hoped for deferred adjudication, asking for outpatient treatment to address her drug problem, but the evidence tells a different story. Tests revealed she had meth in her system, and she admitted to using it under stress, claiming she never used it around her children. But the court found far more than just personal use. Authorities discovered over 27 grams of meth in her possession, along with scales and baggies, clear signs of intent to distribute. Her 3 children, aged 5, 8, and 11, are currently living with their father and great-grandmother. The judge expressed serious concern about her ability to provide for them, raising questions about her future role as a parent if she continued down this path. In the end, the judge sentenced her to 6 years in prison but included a therapeutic community program, offering a chance at rehabilitation. The court retained jurisdiction, meaning that if she shows good behavior and participates in prison programs, she could be eligible for shock probation, potentially leading to early release after just 6 months. This case is a stark reminder of the delicate balance between accountability and second chances, showing how one choice can change not only a life but an entire family.
We're here for sentencing today. According to the plea bargain agreement, she pled no contest to count 2 of the indictment. She applied for deferred adjudication. The state is proceeding only on count 2 according to the plea bargain agreement. Punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison, and the state is silent on the defendant's application. The court requested that the defendant's criminal history be provided to the court. There were no objections to the court receiving that from the state. Is that correct?
Correct.
And any objections to the court reviewing that?
No, Judge, of course not.
All right. The state is silent. Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, of course, Ms. Torres is hoping you'll grant her application for deferred. She's in self-employed cleaning houses. She has several customers that rely on her. She has a few kids. She's just asking for the court to maybe direct her to some outpatient treatment because she believes she needs some help with this problem. And other than that, again, she's just hoping you'll grant her application.
All right. You want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Missy Torres, Missy Ann Torres.
All right. So you're going to get drug tested today. What are the results going to be?
They will come back positive.
Positive for what?
Methamphetamine.
All right. So how often are you using meth?
I only do it when I'm under stress, and I did it because I could get denied for adjudication, so
I'm sorry, what?
I could get denied the application, so I just kind of I just do it when I'm under stress. So I know I have a problem, and I don't do it like around my children. I don't do it, every day. It's just, when I'm under stress and I was, really scared. So, and really under stress. So I don't do it when I go to work. I don't do it, every day. Like I said.
How many children do you have?
I have 3.
What are their ages?
11, 8, and 5.
And where are they now?
2 of them are with their dad and 1 is with my grandma.
All right. With your grandmother. So their great grandmother?
Yes.
All right. So, do you help take care of your children?
Yes.
How often?
I see them every other weekend, and I don't pay child support, but I pay them. My exes and I have my daughter. My daughter is with me.
No, you just said your daughter is with the great grandmother.
I live with my grandmother. This was it.
All right.
I help take care of her. She helps me take care of her.
Okay. So 1, I don't think it's appropriate for you to be cleaning houses because of the nature of this offense. And 2, I don't think it's appropriate for you right now to be taking care of your children.
That's why I'm asking for help, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, what?
That's why I was asking for help, Your Honor. That's why.
All right, your help is not going to be outpatient treatment if I grant this application for deferred adjudication. So you're going into custody today.
Okay.
All right. So it's just a matter of what I'm going to do with you. I will tell you the court's issue, and if you want to address this, I know the state is proceeding on count 2 of possession, but she had a lot of drugs with her.
No,
So I don't understand, if you're working homes, then why do you have a scale with you? Because that's, according to this, you had drugs, you had a scale in your purse, and there were baggies totaling 32.0 grams.
well, Your Honor, I was a heavy user back then, and it was.
Oh, you're not, I tell you what, I don't think, and if I'm wrong, correct me, I don't think you were using 32 grams of meth.
It was it was only 28.
No, you have meth here for 4.964 grams, and you also have meth for 27.459 grams. And what you pled to in count 2 was a possession 4 to 200 grams. So this is not a possession 1 to 4. So we're talking about 27 grams. And according to the stipulations, that what was found in your bag, it says, I searched her bag, and inside a Paris Hilton makeup bag box were baggies, a scale, and crystal-like substance inside a cut vacuum sealed bag. That's from your Paris Hilton makeup bag.
What I had, the meth was it was double bagged in a sandwich bag. So yes, ma'am, I know it was 20, but it's because that was my personal. I didn't have any other. And last time I went, they tried to only give me which was 14 grams. So I had to.
No, what I'm telling you is, they said the baggie found in Robert's pocket tested positive for meth and had a field weight of 6.12 grams.
That wasn't mine.
No. I'm not saying that was yours. So the 6.12 grams that were found in his pocket, they're saying that was his. It was in his pocket. But the baggie, which was found in Missy's purse, tested positive for meth and had a field weight of 32.09 grams. Now, mind you, what they do in the field, I already know that testing drugs in the field are not legal for court. So I'm not considering the weight and what they said in the field. I'm considering what has been given to me for laboratory reports. So this was the professionals testing it, not a presumptive. And it says 27.459 grams was the net weight of the meth that you had in your Paris Hilton bag.
Yes, Your Honor. And I will say that I used to use a whole ounce within 2 to 3 days. So I was a heavy user, and like I said, they tried to give me half of that the last time, and right now it's going for $250. So if I'm paying $250, I wanted the whole thing. I wanted to make sure. I'm just being honest, and I'm sorry. Excuse me for being.
No, I want you to be honest, and I want you to be transparent.
I'm sorry for being transparent, but it's something that I feel like I worked for my money, and I didn't want just to get gypped again. I can promise you I didn't sell anything. It was because I've been gypped many times. So I did get it. Now it was double bagged because I don't know, that's the way they gave it to me. I can't, and it is my mistake, and I'm taking full responsibility, but I wasn't selling drugs. I wouldn't. I have a job, and back then I was, a heavy user where I would just do it before work, after work, and I didn't have my children in my life. Now I do have my children back in my life, and I'm trying to be a good mom. So I thank you for, giving me an inpatient program.
Well, no. I'm not saying I'm going to give you inpatient.
sorry.
What I'm saying is that you're not walking out of this courtroom today. Either you're going to be going to prison, or either you're going to be going to inpatient treatment. So it's very important that you be 100% honest with me, because I'm telling you, the state proceeded on a possession, but the amount of drugs you had and the way they were packaged, that's concerning for the court. So you're saying that you just bought a bunch of meth and you were saving it up for use?
So I would use within 2 to 3 days. That was all my personal. Like I said, they tried to sell me half of that one time, and I went back to the same person, but I said, I'm going to weigh it myself to make sure I'm getting the right amount, because it's just, I'm an addict. I'm sorry. I am. And we're not.
So you travel with your own scale?
Well, at the time I did, because like I said, I've been gypped, And it's when you're an addict, that's all you think of, just how to get, make sure you're getting what you need. See, I can see where I made my mistake, but I won't, I'm being honest with you. It was my skeleton measure. So my personal, that's it. And I don't know if Robert would tell you that was my personal as well. Like, I mean, I don't want to call him or anything you can if you want to, but he would tell you that's why I used to pick
Oh, no, I'm not going to be calling Robert because Robert probably has a case of his own.
Right. But I'm saying Robert can tell you too, within 3 days, maybe 2 to 3 days, really, it would have been gone and I would have been back doing it again. Now I don't. It was kind of like a stress thing. And
where did you get your drugs to use today before you came to court?
Just an old friend. I hadn't talked to him since, and it was on Saturday when I knew it was, coming, and I guess I felt, under pressure.
If
Yes.
I'd like to say something, I think the fact that she would actually go out and do the same drugs that she's about to get sentenced for in a couple of days, I think really speaks to the fact that she has a serious addiction problem that I think only rehab can treat. And if you decide that's ISF or SATF or SAFE, we understand that, but I think she really needs treatment.
Okay. All right. This is what the court is there anything else for me to say? All right. This is what the court is going to do. I see that she hasn't been to prison before. I'm going to find her guilty, sentence her to 6 years in the prison, the therapeutic community. There's to be no contact with Robert Marble. Give her credit for any time served, and I'll retain jurisdiction.
Okay.
And you can explain to her what that means. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. I'll tell them. So here's the thing. When I say that I'm going to retain jurisdiction, what that means is they're going to take you to prison. If you're following the rules at the prison, if you are working on yourself, because they have programs at the prison, your attorney can file a motion. It's called shock probation. Back when I was growing up, they would have scared straight programs. So shock probation is sort of a scared straight program. So hopefully when you go to prison, you will clear your mind.
Yes.
The drug use or the addiction that you have, the craving that you have will be lifted. And if you are doing what you're supposed to do at the prison, if there are no bad reports at the prison, when your attorney comes back for a request for shock probation, I will strongly consider it. So while you're at the prison, you have 180 days. That's when he needs to bring it back before me before that time period. So you're going to do 6 months. And if you are doing well, if there are no write-ups against you, then the court will strongly consider giving you probation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So, well, I mean, these are going to be choices that you make. It's going to be completely up to you whether or not I strongly consider giving you probation. Your attorney will explain it to you further, but any programs that they have at the prison, like the therapeutic community, to address your issue, you need to take it. I know they have parenting classes at the jail. I don't know how long the transfer will be, but you need to take advantage of that. When you see people come before me and they've gone to anger management class, they've done parenting classes, they've availed themselves of everything at the jail and everything at the prison, that is what you need to do. You need to immediately sign up for it. If for some reason there's overcrowding and they don't give it to you, it would be better for you to have signed up for it than to just throw up your hands and say, I'm not trying. Do you understand?
Yes.
And next time, if you have a case before any judge, don't use before coming to court. You understand? But I do appreciate your honesty, but you're going to have to get your life in order. Otherwise, children is going to be without their mom. You understand? All right. Good luck to you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
A mother stands in court today facing serious drug dealing charges. a case that will not only determine her future but also impact the lives of her 3 young children. She pleaded no contest to one count of the indictment, seeking deferred adjudication and hoping for outpatient treatment to address her drug problem. But what happens next is a sobering reminder that choices have consequences, and the courtroom is a place where reality hits hard. Drug tests reveal she tested positive for meth. She claims that she only uses it when stressed and never around her children. But the evidence in front of the court tells a very different story. Over 27 grams of meth were discovered in her possession, along with scales and baggies hidden in her purse. The judge emphasizes that this quantity is far beyond what would be considered personal use and clearly suggests an intent to distribute. This distinction is critical, as it changes the nature of her case from one of personal struggle to one that involves the law in a serious way. Her children, aged 5, 8, and 11, are currently living with their father and great-grandmother. The judge expresses concern about her ability to provide a safe environment, raising questions about the impact of her choices on her family. The courtroom weighs heavily on the idea that the welfare of these children must come first. Every decision she has made, every moment of poor judgment, is now under intense scrutiny. She seeks a second chance through deferred adjudication, hoping that treatment will help her overcome her addiction. The judge listens carefully, considering her plea, but the evidence of distribution cannot be ignored. It is a moment that highlights the difficult balance the court must strike between accountability and rehabilitation. Her desire for change is clear, but the path toward redemption is not guaranteed. Ultimately, she is sentenced to 6 years in prison. However, the sentence includes participation in a therapeutic community program. This program is designed to provide structure, support, and treatment while she is incarcerated, offering the possibility of transformation if she engages fully. The court retains jurisdiction, meaning there is an opportunity for shock probation. If she demonstrates good behavior, participates in the programs, and shows real progress, she could potentially be eligible for early release after just 6 months. This case illustrates the fragile line between personal struggle and criminal responsibility. It demonstrates how one choice can dramatically alter the trajectory of a life and the lives of those around us. For her children, the consequences are real and immediate. For her, the journey toward rehabilitation is long, but not impossible. It is a reminder that accountability and second chances often exist side by side, but only when effort, honesty, and commitment meet opportunity. Every detail of this hearing underscores the gravity of her actions. From the amount of drugs in her possession to the evidence suggesting distribution, the court has no room for error in enforcing the law. Yet, it also shows a system that allows for redemption, a chance to turn a life around, even in the face of serious mistakes. The emotional weight of the courtroom is impossible to ignore. Her plea for treatment reflects a human desire to overcome personal struggles, while the evidence reminds us that actions carry consequences. The judge's decision balances these realities, providing a clear path for rehabilitation while also upholding justice. This is a story about choices, consequences, and the complexity of human behavior. As the case unfolds, it becomes clear that the stakes are enormous. Her children's future is uncertain, dependent on both the court's decisions and her ability to engage with the programs offered. The court's message is clear: there is hope for change, but it will require commitment, honesty, and consistent effort. It is not a path for the faint-hearted, and the road ahead is challenging. For viewer, this case serves as a cautionary tale and a compelling story of human resilience. It shows how addiction, poor decisions, and criminal behavior intersect with the law and how the consequences extend far beyond the individual. It is a reminder that even in the darkest moments, opportunities for change exist, but they must be seized with intention and dedication. The therapeutic community program, while part of a prison sentence, represents a real chance for rehabilitation. Participation in this program could make the difference between a life defined by mistakes and a life redirected toward responsibility, growth, and eventual reintegration into society. It emphasizes the importance of structured support, guidance, and personal accountability. Throughout this hearing, the human elements are undeniable. The mother's struggle with addiction, the children's need for stability, and the court's role in balancing justice with rehabilitation all converge in a single narrative. It is a reminder that legal proceedings are never just about laws, they are about people, relationships, and the ripple effects of our choices. The decision to sentence her to prison while retaining jurisdiction is both firm and compassionate. It reflects a judicial system that recognizes the seriousness of drug distribution while also allowing space for rehabilitation. This balance is delicate, but it is critical. It ensures that justice is served while offering a path forward for those willing to change. Her journey from this courtroom will be challenging. The next 6 years, or potentially 6 months if shock probation is granted, will test her commitment to change, her resilience, and her dedication to her children. Every program, every counseling session, and every effort to follow the rules will shape her future and, by extension, the future of her family. This case is a vivid reminder of the long-lasting impact of our actions. It shows that accountability is not only about punishment but also about creating opportunities for growth and transformation. For viewer, it is a story that resonates, combining real-world consequences with the possibility of redemption, and highlighting how even in the darkest moments, hope can exist. Ultimately, this hearing is about more than a single case. It is about responsibility, choices, and the human capacity for change. It is about how the law interacts with personal struggles, and how the consequences of our actions extend far beyond ourselves. This story serves as a powerful example of accountability, rehabilitation, and the delicate balance between justice and second chances.